I'm running away from the past I left behind. I'm looking for answers, but I'm blinded by the light. I'm lost in the music, can I stay here for the night? I promise I'll be gone in the morning, out of sight and out of mind. No blind, out of sight and out of mind. No standing still. It's like you're stuck in a nightmare, but you keep doing it for the thrill. Well, this is reality, you only live it once, so wake up from your dream. But just for tonight, let the lines get blurred, let your thoughts be free, let your thoughts be free.
Hello everybody, how's it going? Welcome to another Elite FPL live stream with myself and Steve-O. Steve-O, man, are you excited? Are you loving life? We're
What's going on here?
What?
Talk like you did 30 seconds ago off air. I want to talk about what we just said without naming names.
I spent the day I was doing some stuff in the house, just going through some housework and I was at a park with my little one, and she was playing with her friend, and I was just sat there listening into some other stuff out on YouTube, other videos on YouTube, and do you know what? Do you know you said the other day about the whole AI taking over FPL? There's so many people that are like, get your team rated by AI, let AI do the work almost and suggest replacement transfers. And I was thinking to myself, oh my God, and you know what? I don't know if I can say it. I really don't.
You don't need to name any names. I won't either, but let's just put it this way. The reason why me and Jason were kind of having a funny 2-second discussion, I just kind of was like, we've got to say this live on air, is because I said, a well-respected member of Twitter put out a tweet about something, and I went, all right, then I'll click it. And after 14 seconds of watching this individual video, I had to turn it off. About as fake. I really want to swear, but I have respect to Jason.
I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about now.
I literally wanted to turn the phone around and throw it out my window.
Literally selling out majorly. Like,
I can't deal with it.
Again, like, there are people out there that love that content, and that content does well, and it does well. Younger people, yeah. But I don't like being spoken down to. I don't like being handheld. I like watching content that I enjoy because of the banter, because of the personalities, and the community around it. But there's something out there for everybody. And all I'm saying is I tried other content today after a while of not going out into the wider world of FPL content, and I was just shocked at the AI loving right now that's going on, and just the pandering. The pandering is ridiculous, but it earns money, I guess. So who am I to say any different? I mean, if it works for a lot of people, then it works for a lot of people. But freaking hell, man, just personality is like a wooden stick. A lot of them. Anyway.
Yeah, Dan voice messaged me, and he was being genuinely serious because he has criticised our show.
Yeah, and by the way, guys, we are not perfect. We're not on a high horse here. We're not on a soapbox.
No. But let me just finish my point. So, I'm throwing Dan under the bus in a way. Like, he's criticised me and you, and he's given me pros and cons of what we do. But last night he said, "Look, I really, really genuinely enjoyed your stream last night. I want to hear your thoughts on it." And I gave him my thoughts, and I was just saying how, look, I love real content. I just love normal people speaking from the heart and just
human beings
themselves. Yeah. So Red Qureshi, friend of the show now, he put out a video a couple of days ago, and it's literally just him walking along like this, shitting himself that someone stood behind him walking. But by the way, I know he's here. I'm hoping he's laughing. But he's genuinely just walking along, talking about Arsenal and Man United and Salah, and it was like, this is captivating viewing, because it's just a normal bloke chatting about something he's passionate about, and it's interesting. It's not this, what I call fake content, that's just, like you said, pandering to getting as many views and clicks, and there's nothing wrong with that. Do whatever. For me,
they can't. Some of these channels cannot enjoy it.
Do they? No.
They can't. They can't end the button and go, "That was brilliant." That was.
I've told you this on the Total Steve podcast. I've talked about OnlyFans stars, and when one of them came out and said, "Yeah, come on down to my studio. I'm going to call you out." Well, go on then. Please do pay, but you've literally said, I will pay for you to come to my studio and do a podcast with me. Fine, let's do it then. Because she hated the fact that I criticised what you've just said. You clearly don't enjoy your life. You've said it on one of the biggest podcasts out there that you don't particularly enjoy what you're doing, but you do it because it's for the money.
But it's a job. I guess the argument would be is that majority of people out there, they don't enjoy necessarily the work that they do, the job that they do. But if it makes money, man.
Hold on. These people are choosing to do this. Me having to work for Tesco's or Sainsbury's or Asda.
Well, you say that, but some of the larger channels are earning enough to equivalent, if not more, of a full-time job, right? So
yes.
So to play devil's advocate, it's like they're the ones laughing to the bank, really, aren't they? They're the ones that are like, you know.
But if your mental health, which, you know, I since now working in a mental health institute, I now know what mental health is. But anyway, that's a different story. That's a Total Steve podcast. These people, I think their mental health is shot to pieces. I know that, for instance, Matt does fitness. He's literally come out and said, I hate doing this. I don't enjoy doing it.
I mean, if AI was as good as some of these content creators said, then what's the point in their channels? Like, You know, what's the point in just in any of it? Like, just why bother playing FPL? Why not just upload your team to one of these websites, get it all done for you? What's the point? What is, you know, and that, you know, taking the human element and enjoyment out of the game. And we've just had something pop up that just didn't pop up. So I will replay that again in a moment. So whatever that was, I will find out in a moment. But yeah, sorry guys, just wanted to come on because today I was literally just like, I had a bit of time to myself. I had a bit of time that I could look at other channels and watch some FPL content. I watched a bit of Mark Goldbridge doing his FPL team. I chuckled in places, but he had a solid team. Too much money on the bench for my liking, but still enough. And you know, watched Andy's stream earlier on.
Did you enjoy the start of it when he was going mad about audio and the whole thing about not having it all set up? I was just thinking,
well, it's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing that well, Andy as well had an audio issue with his microphone earlier on. So even pros that have been doing it a long time, like Goldbridge, Andy, technical difficulties when you do live streams, things can happen. Things can go wrong all the time, and it's real, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, I could say something I didn't, you know, that might be a bit edgy and upset people. It's not filtered. It's not filtered. It's literally, it's what you see is what you get. But shout out to PK7. PK7 has been a member for 12 months. He's 12 months in a row. AI can suck plums in the nicest way possible. He says.
Say that again. Sorry, what did he say?
He says AI can suck plums in the nicest way possible.
Do you know who well, the answer is no. Do you know who PK7 is that I found out? Now, you may go... I know
PK7 as PK7. That's all I know PK7 as.
Do you know his real name? Obviously not.
No.
Well, I remember it when he told me, and I was like, no way. It's a regular contributor that was part of us a few years back called, I don't know if you remember the name, Paul Kinsella.
Yes, Paul Kinsella.
Yes, that's
I thought Paul Kinsella just left us.
Yeah, well, that's PK7.
No way.
Yeah,
I had no idea. I just thought he disappeared.
No, he's one of the regulars. So, talking of the regulars, do you want to just quickly go for the chat, Jay? See who's here. See who's popping on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get angry at us.
Absolutely. Thank you for the people that are subscribing to the channel over the last few days. We had some nice bumps up in some of the numbers. We've had some new people come to the channel, people that have never seen our content before, jumped into our Discord. We had a really good hangout session earlier on Discord where loads of people came in, some that even aren't involved in football. They just came in, they found the server on Discord, came in, played some poker. Oh, by the way, Steve-O, if you like poker or Texas Hold'em, the Discord is like on another level now. You can play poker in the chat, in the audio chat, and it's brilliant. It's really interactive. I lost $3,000 of pretend virtual chips earlier on to the guys in there, and I was just like, this is wow, brilliant.
Well, you made an announcement on Discord. Do you want to just say it now, just in case people miss it?
So also a massive thank you to the community. So Runner was the one that tipped us over the edge to get us back to server boost up to level 2, which allows us to have emotes in the Discord again, and also Jones Bloke as well. Big shout out to Jones Bloke for also bumping us up on the Discord Nitro boost as well. It's really appreciated. If you're not on the Discord, check it out. It's a lot of fun. But I want to say hello to Nathan Bacon. Nathan Bacon's in the channel, content creator. Love a bit of Nathan Bacon. He's one of the good guys.
I saw his video he put out the other day, and genuinely the editing that goes into his videos is ridiculous.
There's a lot of talent in the FPL community. Yes. What can I say? There is a lot of talent. We've got FPL Baradi in the chat. We've got Zain Hussein, Stephen Horn. We've got FPL Josh, Neomorph in the chat here. Some new names actually I haven't read out before. RBSR5. I love Andy, although his partnership with FF Hub, he puts his opinions and thoughts before which a lot of creators don't. I mean, I love Andy. I think Andy's brilliant. In fact, he's the OG, isn't he? So nothing wrong with partnerships and sponsorships. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. But there's a fine line. This is not directed in any way to Andy, but this is as a whole with content creators. There's a fine line between using AI to kind of give you ideas that you haven't thought about yourself, but also taking the community away from like content creators and moving them onto these websites, I think can be detrimental to a community. So there's less discussion between members and more of people just going off and using these tools. I'm worried that it's becoming dehumanizing. It's dehumanizing the game a little bit. And again, mad respect to people that have partnerships and these tools, but just as long as they're applied sensibly and we're not kind of overcrossing the line. But yeah, I'm sick of AI. I hear about it all the time. And I really, really just hope that we don't end up going too far in that direction where people start just becoming cyborgs to a point where like, I'm not making decisions myself. I'm just leaving it up to the AI to decide it. Some of the best content, some of the best fun that we have in this game is because of the rivalries. It's because of the decisions that you make yourself. And big shout out to Greg Koreshi. $1.99 donation. Elite content is unfiltered and honest. Absolutely, we will not bullshit you here, guys.
That'd be from the ads that he puts on his videos.
But we will not bullshit you here, guys. And you know, I think yeah, we Steve keeps telling me off. Actually, we've got there's something I need to take out of the description box. I will do it. I will do it. Hello, Natasha, by the way.
While you're doing that, I just want to make a quick 2 announcements because you mentioned Stephen Horn. So he messaged me along with about 500 million other people. So we've been being asked about the Members League code. If you are a member and you want to be part of the Members League, the code has now been put into the Discord members chat. Now, if you're not part of Discord, how can they get it, Jace?
If you're not part of the Discord, get yourself basically there's a couple of ways of doing it. You can go onto the channel, onto our YouTube channel. There's a link in the description, and if not, you can't find it there, it'll be on our main YouTube channel page, the link to our Discord. But it's easy. It's really, really easy. Load up Discord, click add or join server, and type in, guess what, Steve-O? What do you have to type in?
Elite FPL.
That's it. Type in Elite FPL. Press enter, it'll automatically join the server. Our URL is discord.gg/EliteFPL. And yeah, it's as simple as that, guys. It's also on our Twitter. But yeah, guys, the more the merrier in there, honestly. It controls itself. Like the community on Discord is a whole new breed. Like there's the Elite FPL community on the YouTube, but there's such a massive diverse community there on the Discord, some of which, you know, are not there for us, Steve-O. They've not been there because they found us. They've just joined it because they just enjoy talking about football and poker. And yeah, and in the Discord, we do certainly have, you know, a lot of discussions around everything.
Yeah, so the other announcement I want to make is that people are asking about the score predictor game I mentioned on stream last night. So Paulie has set up an Elite FPL league for score predictor game, but it's for Super Brew. So we're doing it via Super Brew this season. Basically, if you want to play along with us for the chance of winning the Elite FPL League, unfortunately, you've got to do it via Super Brew. I'm not going to lie, finding the bloody league was difficult enough in itself. But
oh yeah, Super Brew. Again, you need to give me the link to that, mate.
Yeah, if you go to I can tell you now. If you go to Discord,
yeah,
and in the score predictor section, Paulie has literally put a link to the league itself, and you just lliterally click join.
Brilliant. I look forward to losing on the score predictor league. That's great.
Well, yeah.
I'm awful at that.
We are going to say regarding the Discord, obviously joining tonight. We did get a lot of calls that we couldn't get to last night. So if you missed out the opportunity to talk to us yesterday, join in now. Get involved with me and Jace. Put your team in the team screenshots. Talk to us about why you're thinking about getting Son instead of Maddison animations. Why you're thinking that Watkins is a better option than Pedro, Steve-O.
Wow, yeah, absolutely. And I've made a change to my team today. At the moment, it's not locked, but I've just changed it up just to give myself a little bit of a thought process going in. And you know what? I reckon that 9 out of 10 people in the chat are going to disagree with my decision.
Well, I can do if I want to, a 3-5-2 all the same players apart from I replaced Salah. Oh, sorry, I replaced Fernandes with Salah and Martinelli with a 6.5 if I really want the Salah. But I'm just going to go into these 2 games and go, do you know what? I accept the fact I don't have him. And I'm going to bring in either Diaz or Jota for Bournemouth. Bang. Done. See what I get out of one of those 2.
Wow. Nice. Yeah, it could work, man. Could work. Do you want to know what I've done with my team?
We said you changed 1 player, so I'm going to...
Well, no, I've not changed 1 player.
Oh, okay. You've changed several then.
It's about 3 players.
Okay. Okay. Well, you may as well put it in the team screenshot so I'm able to watch it.
Okay. So it is as it is right now. But I'm just toying.
Let me please just interject because PK7 has just triggered me. Right. So he's just mentioned an FPL Twitter account is saying that they're going to have early Team City news. The amount of accounts I've seen 4 now saying, please follow me, please follow me, and I'll get you early City team news. Just desperate. Oh, if I was on Total Steve, I'd be saying every single name under the sun. It's not about giving you City early team news. It's about giving them followers.
Follower farming, right?
Are falling for it. Yeah, brilliant. You find out that Foden's starting. Whoop-de-doo. So what? Is Foden... Are you that desperate to have Foden in instead of, I don't know, Fernandes, Martinelli, Saka, Salah, and so on and so forth? If you want Foden, just get him in. You don't need early team news 3 hours beforehand to find out Foden's going to be playing
I might need early team news, Steve.
Just this desperate need for followers. Like, get a grip. Like, it's just pathetic. But sorry.
Well, you know, it is what it is, right? Yes. Again, it's easy farming of followers, right? I mean,
brilliant. Yeah.
But what normally happens is if they get it wrong, then people just block and delete them anyway. But anyway, it's a fickle world, isn't it?
If you're putting your team in team screenshots, we're not gonna talk about them unless you.
Thank you, Chris.
I'm not going to single anybody out, but yesterday, for example, people were coming on, or more specifically, posting the teams and team screenshots and wasn't coming on air. Come on air and talk.
Get on air. Tell us what we're saying that's right, and tell us what we're saying is wrong. I'm big enough and ugly enough to know when I'm right and wrong. Let me know what your thoughts on my team selection, by the way. Can you see anything different here? My back line.
You haven't put it in team screenshots.
Estepinian, Gabriel, Mr. Stones, and then midfield. We got a Man City player. What the hell?
You put John Stones in.
That's not the big talking point, Steve-O.
You put a Man City player in midfield.
Yes, got 3 Man City at the moment. At the moment. So I've been having this thoughts about Salah and how I feel like it's a different Liverpool team now, and there's so many variables now where goals are going to come from, assists are going to come from. Salah at 12.5. I don't know. I just don't think I need to start the season with him. I really don't. So I'm thinking, right? I think we'll wait and see on Salah.
I'm going to cover my mouth. Bullshit.
Okay.
Bullshit. Like,
listen, right? I am my own person. I'm no AI, all right? If you don't like my thought decisions, that's because I'm a human being. And guess what? We're fallible creatures. We make mistakes. But guess what? I don't think I've made a mistake here. Onana in goal, Estepinian, Gabriel, Stones, Odegaard, Saka, Rashford, Kevin De Bruyne, João Pedro, Jackson, Haaland.
I'm just gonna do it now. I'm gonna do a U, and it's one of my favourite moments.
What's the matter?
Taking the piss.
I am not taking the piss.
There is no way you are starting De Bruyne. I mean, people think I'm an idiot for doing a potential -4 in week 2, but you starting De Bruyne.
Why not? Why not? Tell me why. Too much of a risk, you say?
I think this individual here, who I just quickly saw for a split second here. Where did it go? Yeah, there we are. A. Dawson, De Bruyne is over the hill.
He's not over the hill. He's not over the hill. Like, look at the stats he's got. It's ridiculous. In fact, I'll have to go on to the other thing and look at it. But he's not over the hill. He's still a major FPL asset. It's 10.5, for God's sake. It's good.
A quick breaking bit of news, potentially. I think the Discord link in your channel bio links to a generic server, not specifically Elite FPL, according to a member, FPL Beretta.
Okay, I'll have to look into that then. Okay, so Kevin De Bruyne, right? Kevin De Bruyne, 18 assists last season, 18 assists, 7 goals.
Yeah.
Previous season, 15 goals, 8 assists. He's literally flipped his assists and goals last season.
Yeah.
He's so consistent. He's not past it.
He's Haaland's best mate.
He is not past it at all. Like, it's just ridiculous. He's beaten his XG. He's beaten his XA. If you go on that, I think that Kevin De Bruyne will, of course, at some point get limited minutes at some games. Yes, I know that, but the games he's got, the games he starts, the games he plays, and I think he starts the season. I think he's got much a higher ceiling than Salah. I really do. I just don't see Salah going back to the days of scoring 3 goals. Not in this team now. Not when they've got Diaz, Jota, Nunez, Gakpo. I think the Salah limelight's starting to be dissolved away from Salah a little bit now. Liverpool fans, let me know your thoughts. FPL Josh just says, I'm sorry, Jason, back you on most of the things, but you've got to be in cuckoo land going with KDB. Well, I mean, I said 9 out of 10 people in the chat would not like my pick. I did say that. I said they would not like the Kevin De Bruyne pick.
KDB doesn't start versus Burnley. You find out 3 hours in advance. What then?
He goes back to Salah, and then I can just drop the money.
You've got money in the bank.
No, I'll just have to revert back to what I had before with Colwill instead of Stones. Drop down Odegaard to Maddison. And then, yeah, just basically get Kevin De Bruyne back to Salah.
Nathan Bacon saying Kane to KDB, he's going to smash it if he's still in the country. Yeah, I heard Bayern Munich have put in a £96 million bid, but Tottenham won 100 million. So I just said instantly, just pay the extra 4 million if you want him. Just do it. So actually, if Bayern Munich come in with 101 million, he could be gone, Kane.
Well, I haven't got to worry about that because I haven't got Maddison or Kane in this draft.
I don't even know why I'm even.
But yeah, if Kane goes, then you'll have people that will be like, right, I'm getting Richarlison in.
Yeah.
So that's another option. Hello, Fozzie. Kane's better than KDB. He's going to smash it. Yeah, I think that I liked the fact that Kevin De Bruyne is 10.5. With that 10.5, it allowed me to upgrade to Odegaard in midfield. It allowed me to upgrade to Stones at the back, or another 5.5. You know, I've got that flexibility. By not having that 12.5 million midfielder, it allowed me to spread that extra 2 million over the players in midfield and defence. So that's my thinking at the moment. Of course, the people in the chat are going to have their own opinions, and this is what's great about this community and this channel, you know, that we've got
I think
diverse.
They're backing you. Well, it's 50-50.
No, I don't know about that.
Do a poll, Jace.
Let's do a poll. In the meantime, we've got anyone in the waiting room. And also, do you want to just remind people that we are going to be taking calls?
Yeah, well, she's there. And Dave's gone, so we'll just bring on Natasha. Okay. I was going to bring Dave on because he was there first, and then he just vanished off the face of the planet. But Natasha will be on, and I was just going to say the waiting room is there on the left-hand side. So yeah, if you do want to come live on air, there's a waiting room. You just need to click on it. Make sure you put your team in the team screenshots, and done. I'm going to bring on Natasha because she's got a team which is pretty template apart from a couple of players. So bring on the wall. Bring on the wall. Natasha, you did it on the last game of the season. You took your fingernail and you pressed unmute like that. Now you're live on air.
The poll is up, by the way.
2, 1. And what is that poll, Jace?
Jason has KDB in his draft. What's your thoughts? Option 1, Jason has a great differential, A star. Jason, or option B, Jason has lost his mind, -1. Just honest, you know.
Jason has lost his mind, -1. Come on, Natasha, you did it. You did it the last game of the. Yeah, there we are.
Hi.
Hello.
What's going on? How
Good
can you not
evening.
know how to unmute? You did it at the end of the season. What's happening?
So actually I have my Bluetooth connected, but I couldn't hear you guys. I had to switch to speaker. I don't know why. Whatever.
Yeah, Bluetooth messes it all up.
Yep.
This
Yep.
team, Natasha. So Pickford, Chilwell, Stupinan, Timber, Saka, Salah, Rashford, Trossard, Diaby, Haaland, Pedro. I'm just drawn to Trossard.
Yeah. I think even if he comes on for 20 minutes and it's that extended time now where they're factoring injury time and all the stoppages, I think he's good to score.
But I love
Sorry,
Trossard as a
Natasha.
player.
I don't think that is a optimal pick at 7 million. I think that 7 million, if you want to have a pick that can come on and get you something, I would go Garnacho at 5 million. I think Garnacho offers the same, if not more, than Trossard.
No, sorry, Jace. No.
For 2 million less.
No.
I have the money.
No.
And I like the fixtures.
Well, okay.
So, not forever, but possibly the first 2 game weeks.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Trossard has done very, 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 very well coming on for Arsenal. He always seems to get an attacker return.
So last season, we got him in Jan. So he's played about 1,000 minutes last season. I think 10 assists, 1 goal. So that's every 90 minutes he has a return.
Ridiculous. And he did something in the community
And then
shield as well.
pre-season was even better. Yeah.
Yeah. But the problem is that we know he won't be. Unfortunately for him, he won't be coming on until at the earliest 60 minutes.
I don't know. Arteta is going to be doing some crazy mix and match stuff this year. He could even start.
I'm afraid I think his team is going to be Martinelli, Odegaard, Saka, Havertz.
Okay.
That's what he's going to play.
Havertz is shocking.
Well, we know this. There's a small possibility.
Yeah, he's
Well,
gonna
FPL Josh seems to think that. I mean, I'm no Arsenal fan, but FPL Josh seems to think that he's going to play potentially over Havertz up front.
Yeah, I'm telling he's going to outscore Havertz.
Well, that's not exactly
Whether he
hard.
starts with him or whether he comes on, I think he's on fire right now. And so just cash in on that. Plus, I'm waiting to see if Kane stays. If Kane stays, then I'm switching Haaland to Kane and then I'm going to upgrade Trossard. So that's the eventual.
Hold on a minute here. Are you meaning, let's just say...
Game week 2. Not
game
now.
week
We
2?
don't. Yeah, because the deadline is Friday night and he might... I think there were talks still early this morning between Bayern and Tottenham. So we could find out only on Saturday that Kane is moving and the deadline would have passed. So game week 2. Or 3, actually. I like game week 1 and 2 for Trossard. Now, who do I bring in is another question. At 9, I'll have 9 million then.
So I've actually made the case that actually starting with Kane...
Yeah.
I've made the case of going with Kane funny enough, from game week 2, replacing Kane with Haaland. Haaland with Kane. Actually, no, what am I talking about? Spurs.
I like it.
Game week 3, sorry. Because even though there's almost a guaranteed double-digit haul from Haaland versus Sheffield United, this new style attacking force that is Spurs, Kane could do what Haaland did last year. Could do. With the players behind him. And you potentially taking Haaland out for Kane in game week 3
Yes.
could be something I'm seriously contemplating the same, because if I watch when I watch the Burnley game and I see Haaland scores 1 goal in a 3-0 win, he's just looking a bit meh. I'm then thinking, I'm not really that interested in you now, because for the last 6 games he hasn't scored a goal. So he hasn't scored a goal in 6 games. He plays against Burnley in a 3-0 win. Haaland gets his goal. He's taken off after 70 minutes. And he's just looked like his usual, I don't really care attitude. Comes to Newcastle, again, gets a goal in a 2-0 victory, 2-1 victory, 3-1, whatever. Again, he just looks miserable. But Kane against... I always forget who they're playing in bloody game week 1. It's really annoying me.
What? They're playing Brentford. Brentford away. Brentford away.
He gets a goal at Brentford. He's looking on fire. Tottenham are creating thousands of chances. And he's looking really, really good. And they beat Brentford 3-1. And he's looking really exciting. It gets to Man United. And it's a 3-2 to Man United. But Kane gets 2 goals. At this point, I'm like, do you know what? I think I may have to pull the trigger here. And just get in Kane.
Yeah, also with KDB not playing, I think...
KDB not playing?
KDB, I don't know if he's going to start. I don't know how fit he is. Is he fit? Is he like fully fit? I know he came on.
I think he's fit.
He came on.
Yeah, I think he's fit.
He came on, right?
Yeah.
The 70th minute, yeah.
Oh, he didn't start? I thought he started.
No, he didn't.
Okay, he came on.
And don't they have the Super Cup game between game 1 and 2? Game week 1 and 2? They have some. They're going away somewhere.
Yeah, the Super Cup against Sevilla.
Sorry, they're going to Greece. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Pep's going to now do his. Okay, let's get him off at 60. Either way, I think Kane is going to. If Kane stays, I'm going to Kane.
Right, this is what's going to happen in the Burnley game, okay? This is what's going to happen, right? Both teams, especially Burnley, are going to try and control the game. Specifically Burnley. Pep Guardiola is just going to say, look guys, this team here that we're playing is all about possession. Give them the ball. Just give it them. Because we've got the better quality player. The second we get that ball back, bang! And they're going to hit us on the counter and they're just going to score a goal after 15 minutes. Our heads drop and it will be, right, let's restart again. Possession. Bang. Get the ball. Gone. 2-0 by the 30th minute. By which point, the Turf Moor crowd are just going to be like, brilliant. How many is this going to be? This is just like the FA Cup. And then probably Man City back off. They start playing the possession game, tiring us out. We're leggy. And then they get a goal in the 80th minute. It'll be Alvarez making it 3-0, and then in the 95th minute, it's 4-0 from a Rodri goal, and all the Burnley fans are just going to be thinking, Jesus Christ, I'm so glad we've got that game out of the way. We looked good for the first 15 minutes, and now we've just lost 4-0 because we're just being completely outplayed by one of the best teams in Europe. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's what's going to happen.
Yeah,
so,
and if we go 2 up, and it's 60 minutes, Haaland gets subbed and saved for the Super Cup, and they bring on whoever else is in that lineup. I don't know, Alvarez and Foden.
No, Alvarez will start.
Foden. So Foden will come on. Do you think Foden starts?
Probably.
Maybe
Grealish
on the bench? Or Grealish on the bench?
To be honest,
Grealish will start.
Yeah, well, to be fair, if Grealish starts, Foden's on the bench, isn't he?
Yeah. And Kovacic should start,
If
I
Grealish-
think. I think they're going to stick with that. Well, we'll know. We'll know Friday night. The good thing is it's the first game. So,
The thing is, though, is that when it comes to what you just said about the Sevilla game, if, for argument's sake, it's 1-0 in the 35th minute and it's a real struggle, it gets to half time, it's still 1-0 to Man City.
Yes.
Pep Guardiola is just going to continue playing the team that started until they get that second goal. Once they get that second goal, it'll be, right, we've got a really important game on Wednesday evening.
Yes, exactly.
And then on Saturday against Newcastle, I need to preserve my best players for Sevilla, especially. Haaland, clear off. De Bruyne, if he starts, clear off. Get off. Grealish, get off. And then he'll keep on Alvarez. Foden will jump in. I can't even think of any other Man City players off the top of my head right now, but all the B team start coming on, so to speak.
Cole Palmer. He did well. He did well in the Community
Yes,
Shield.
yeah. That's another name. Yeah, Cole Palmer will come on, and like I say, it's just going to be a pretty straightforward win, unfortunately for Man City. And here we are here. So yeah, I think the team that starts versus Burnley is pretty much going to be the same team that started in the Community Shield. Maybe one or two players changed. Maybe Foden does start. But I really don't. I think it will be pretty much Green. Who was it against Arsenal? It was Alvarez, Haaland, Grealish, and Silva.
Silva, Alvarez, Grealish, and Haaland was the front four.
Yeah.
Kovacic behind with Rodri.
Yeah, and that'll be
And
pretty
Silva
much.
was on. Ronaldo was started as well.
Yeah, and so Kevin De Bruyne came on the 64th minute. For Kovacic. Haaland's played 64 minutes as well. And Cole Palmer came on, obviously scored the goal. Grealish played 58 minutes. Phil Foden came on for him. But you can't read into that too much. It is the Community Shield.
Yeah. So, which is why I'm captaining Rashford. I mean, Haaland is like a placeholder for Kane for me. And I'm captaining Rashford for sure. I'm not captaining Haaland. That's 100%.
Yep, I'm in the same boat as you. The only I'm telling you this now, the downside, Natasha, is that
I know
the history is abysmal for Man United against Wolves. I don't mean because they lose, they just don't score goals. It's got an average score of 2-0.
And it's a Monday night game, isn't it? It's a Monday or Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've got it on Rashford and it's staying there.
Yeah, it's staying there. I'm thinking of Saka, but I'm thinking the goals are going to be shared with Arsenal. I think everyone's going to get on the score sheet against Forest.
Remember though, Saka at home last season always performed.
What did he do? Did he?
At Saka at home, he always performed. It was always double-digit returns. It's the same as Rashford at home at Old Trafford. Always double-digit returns.
Yeah, so Saka and Rashford are it's a 50-50, but
well, I'm predicting that
with Rashford. I don't want to worry about us. I just want Arsenal to play well and win the game.
Yeah. You take a 1-0 win.
As an Arsenal fan, yeah, I don't want the pressure of captaining an Arsenal player. So I'll just go with Rashford.
Well, they're winning 4-0, 4 or 5.
Yeah, I'm sure we're winning. I'm sure we're winning.
No. I'm pretty confident, Natasha. That's the game that's going to have the goals in. 5-0. And I wouldn't be surprised if Trossard got something in that game as well. Now, how likely are you going with this team here?
I think it's 90% locked in.
Okay.
I'm finding myself tinkering with my bench a lot because I don't know too much about the 4 and 4.5 players. So I listen to a podcast or I read something and then I say, okay, maybe I need to switch this guy. So my main 11, I think, is staying as is.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So
I think
my bench.
Bayer is guaranteed starter for Burnley. Turner, whenever he moves to... Is it official? Is he now confirmed for Nottingham Forest? Okay.
Yes.
I'd like to
They just haven't changed it on the apps.
Yes. I'd like to think he's going to be starter for Nottingham Forest. And then Torres is a brilliant pick. Nothing wrong with that at all. And Mbamba, don't worry about him. You're never going to play him anyway. Do you have money in the bank?
No, I don't.
No, you've got no money in the bank at all. Pickford is going to be your goalkeeper here?
Yeah. I didn't want a 5 million. Anyway, I don't have the funds for a 5 million anyway now. But I could, if I get in Kane, and then maybe when I play my wild card, I'll change the goalkeeper. I think I'll be good till then.
You
Don't
think
think there's
Pickford is the best? I should have said the Pickford's the best
Yes,
4.5
4.5?
option.
Oh,
I
Who
think
else is there?
Johnston. I think Johnston. Johnston's better. I think
Johnson.
for Palace. Yeah.
Good, aren't they? Everton, the first few are pretty like relaxed. I think on the fixture difficulty rating, Everton is third. I think that's why I went for him.
Their fixtures are brilliant. I mean, going on what Trigger's
They're
Lips
pretty-
said yesterday, if you were to, I mean, I know this is spurious, but if you were to combine Guaita and Johnston points together, they would be on a total of 135 points, which would be level on Martinez, just above Fabianski. Don't get me wrong, Pickford, 9 points short of that. 11 points short of that. He's a very, very, very good pick. I'm not going to sit here and pretend he isn't. I'm just very, very dubious of Everton this year. I really do think they are going to be struggling. And I personally think that this is just a prediction. I'm probably going to be wrong, but I really do think if by game week 10, where they face who was it? Bournemouth. By game week 10, if they haven't got, let's just work this out, shall we? This is going to be boring, isn't it? So, a point against Fulham, 3 points against Wolves, that's 4. A point against Sheffield United, that's 5. Nothing against Arsenal. Brentford, nothing. 3 points against Luton, that's 8. 3 points against Bournemouth, that's 11. 11 points by game week 10.
How many
If they
clean
haven't
sheets?
got that,
How many clean sheets?
clean sheets
Yeah, because
realistically?
with Pickford, we only have to worry about clean sheets.
Okay, realistically, Wolves, Sheffield United, and Luton. They're the 3.
Okay.
So
3
3
clean
clean sheets and 10.
And some save points because he's
Yes. Yeah.
good at save, right? He's
Yes.
saves quite a few shots.
Yeah,
I would have played my wild card well before. Historically, I've always played my wild card by the 4th or 5th game week.
Right. Okay. So you're saying.
So then
that
I'll have
in-
money by then because I'm getting off Haaland. Hopefully, Kane stays. So there are many ifs and buts, I guess.
No, absolutely. Natasha, we could talk all night. I'm kind of
Yeah.
a bit wary of the time because we did have a lot of callers that missed out. So
Yes, and it's 1 a.m. here, so I should get to bed.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
You should.
yeah. Good night. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you,
Good night,
Natasha.
guys.
Please come on
Very
more often,
knowledgeable.
please.
Very knowledgeable, Natasha.
Yes.
Thank you.
Talk to you guys. Bye. All the best for the new season.
You too.
And you.
You'll be with us all the way. That's Natasha there.
I have been reading the feedback from the whole community about having KDB in my starting team, and obviously people are thinking I'm losing my mind. So, okay, I've got 3 teams here, and I just want people to write. I just want people to write in the chat which one they prefer the most. I've got a draft here with Kane in it. Let's just quickly just bring it up. Here we go. In fact, I might have just hide this behind the thing. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Okay, so team number 1. We've got Onana in goal, Estepinian, Gabriel, Colwill, Martinelli, Eze, Saka, Rashford, Pedro, Kane, and Haaland. This is Kane and Haaland pit team.
Read that one again.
Onana in goal, Estepinian,
Sorry, do the midfield attack. I don't care about
Martinelli, Eze, Saka, Rashford.
Right. I'll be honest with you. That there, for me, already scares the shit out of me.
Martinelli, Eze, Saka, Rashford, Pedro, Kane, and Haaland.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
That's option 1. Then we've got another one here, which is, I'm sure the chat are not going to be too happy about. This is Salah. So this is a Salah one. So this is Salah. So Martinelli, Salah, Saka, Rashford, Pedro, Alvarez, Haaland. I don't think people are going to like that one because it's got Alvarez in it.
I don't know.
But then if I was to go to Johnston instead of Onana, I would go Jackson. So I'd have back to Salah. So it'd be Martinelli, Salah, Saka, Rashford, Pedro, Jackson, Haaland. So the question is, Team A or Team C? Salah, Saka, Rashford, Martinelli, or Martinelli, Eze, Saka, Rashford with Kane up front. So it's Kane up front or Jackson up front. Salah or Kane. So it's essentially Kane and Eze or Salah and Jackson. Kane and Eze or Salah and Jackson.
I'll be honest, that one is there for me. Kane and Eze, easy.
Kane and Eze one.
That's really annoyed me. That team, that is fantastic. That is gold.
Wow, got some variations in the chat here.
Well, it's predominantly A.
Kane team in, yes. Well, some people saying love the Eze pick. Well, I mean, okay. So the Kane one, you guys are like, okay. Well, let's get another caller on, Steve. Let's find someone else.
David would be the one.
Hog up
I won't be able to drag him in, but David is definitely the next one.
David is the next one. Hello, David. How's it going, man? Thank you for waiting patiently.
Hello. Well, you brought me on at the perfect time because I believe you were talking about Eberici Eze. I was just
call
like,
him Eze. Why am I trying to call him by his first name?
He got a cool first name, you know. How many Ebericis do you know?
True.
I probably work with about 20. Go on, carry on.
I think he's going to be this year's Pedro Neto. I think he's an absolute fraud.
Eze?
Yeah, obviously, he had a good end to last season. He scored a lot of goals, but that Palace side now, who's going to be creating the chances? They've lost Zaha, they've lost Elise. I just think they're going to be really poor, and I can see him coming out of them first 5 fixtures with 1 goal, and people start bandwagoning him out.
Even though he's the key man to Crystal Palace.
He's the key man in a bad side.
Again, I can only go off what we know from last season. Yes, all right, Elise. Forget Zaha. He was a waste of space. Don't worry about him. But, all right, Elise, maybe out for God knows how long. I just think that those fixtures there are beautiful for Eze to take advantage of and just prove to the Premier League, I'm the main man this year. I am going to be taking Crystal Palace to the next level, getting us to 12th. But
talk about players that haven't been taking their teams to the next level. You've got Sterling in your team. So you're mentioning Eze. You think Eze is going to be a bit of a massive dud. What is it about Sterling that makes you think? I don't think he's had a very good preseason anyway. But in general, what makes you think Sterling could be that differential in your team that can give you an advantage?
Well, I think Sterling, he's a seasoned player. He's not going to take pre-season too seriously. And, I mean, with Nkunku out, he's going to be a guaranteed starter, isn't he? And then it's going to be who's going to be getting the chances for Chelsea. Because even with how poor they were last season, they're still going to be, a good top half side at the very worst.
But for the same amount of money, sorry to cut you off, but for the same amount of money, people are going towards Jackson as being a focal point up front.
I've seen a bit of Jackson. He didn't really tear it up in the Liga. I mean, he's a talented player, but he's not, an out-and-out goal scorer, a Mitrovic or a Haaland. He's not that type of striker. And I can just see Sterling, being in the box. He loves a big chance. He misses about half of them, but he will get them. And hopefully he can run hot, score a few for me in the first few game weeks.
I mean, it's different. I mean, majority of people would say that you've mad for choosing Sterling, just purely from his form last season, and but 7 million. Steve-O, I mean, you're quiet there. What's your thoughts? Do you think that
I just agree with your high here? This guy's clueless. I just think that Sterling has shown, even though ironically, I was backing him. he has shown nothing apparently in pre-season. Yeah, all right, yeah, we don't take it seriously, blah blah blah. But he has got serious competition.
Who's his competition?
Oh, I don't know. I'm no expert on these bloody teams. I don't particularly speak to James on Planet FPL if you want fucking knowledge on the teams. But let's just quickly go on the page here, and I would put.
Well, Chelsea have got ridiculous amounts of players, haven't they? They've
Mudryk, Maitson, Ziyech, if he was available, if Pochettino actually wants to play him, which is very, very unlikely. Don't get me wrong, Sterling will probably start for.
I think he starts. I think Sterling was. I think Sterling is a sure starter personally, but it's not that. That's not the issue for me. The issue for me is how wasteful he seemed to have become. Whether or not he will find and revitalize his career, because he's almost like Son. He's just gone missing.
I'd agree he's like Son, and if Son was 7 million, would you be tempted by him?
No, because there's Maddison at 7.5 when Maddison has got more recent form that would give me the confidence to go Maddison. Obviously, you've picked Maddison into your team purely for probably that reason, because he had a great season in a poor Leicester team, and now he's in the same team as Kane. Assuming he stays, I think for that price point, he would offer more value. But Sterling, I'd argue Matoma is probably more value for him at 6.5. Good fixtures, good fixtures as well for Brighton.
He's a bigger rotation risk than Sterling for me.
I think he plays 60 plus minutes though. Still,
Matoma.
Yeah, I think this season
he plays a minimum of 80 minutes per game.
Well,
no way in hell he's being rotated.
They have signed more players, I know, but
don't worry about that. He is the main man at Brighton. In fact, he is the Saka of Brighton for Arsenal. He is playing every minute.
Also, the other elephant in the room, obviously, is the fact that we've got Bruno Fernandes with the armband.
Yeah, I mean, Haaland,
this is when
Haaland against.
I'm agreeing.
Yeah, Haaland against Burnley. I don't see him. Probably one goal, and then Wolves are a shambles. They've sacked the manager 2 days before the season, and he's the only United player.
Why do you think Haaland's only going to score one goal?
I rate Burnley, and it's going to be, I think, a very boring watch on Friday. Two teams that
go away. This conversation's ending. You're speaking shit. That game is not going to be boring.
I think it
is going to be, like I said to you, a possession-based game where it is going to be attack after attack after attack, and we're going to get battered.
I think that there's going to be a lot of passing it around the midfield. Pep likes his slow build-up. Company's his disciple. Will he want to go out and humiliate Company as well? He's got the better
players. We get in the FA Cup.
Well, I think that'll be 2-0, comfortable City.
Yeah,
passing it around, and there'll be one Haaland goal, and then probably Alvarez or someone.
I think no matter where you go, speaking to other FPL managers, they're going to have raised eyebrows at your Sterling pick, your Diego Jota pick, purely because we just don't know Liverpool's, starting 11 up front. We don't know what combination Klopp's going to go with, and even if we do, he's going to mix it up a little bit. Yeah, it's up on screen, and you got Visser as well, which I think arguably for the price you've got, Pedro and go back to the Jackson pick instead of Sterling. I think that forward, the budget forwards and the sort of mid-price forwards, there are some really good options there that you don't need to necessarily go towards Visser. I mean, I'm not all for Brentford. I know there's some people that really like Mbeumo as well, and I just don't know, man. I think that I would rather go with Brighton over Brentford at the start of the season, looking at their fixtures. And they offer you squeeze a little bit more value out as well. But I think that the Bruno Fernandes captaincy, bold, but I can get it. Sterling pick, I just don't understand. I don't get it. I would never do that myself. I would rather play Garnacho, and that says a lot. Diego Jota, again, is a headache waiting to happen. It really is. You've got Salah in your team already. Why do you have to try and be a bit try and second guess Klopp with that. I think that you just stick with that one Liverpool asset in midfield with Salah and move that money around and get other players in. I take on board your Eze sentiment. Obviously, losing Elise and Zaha is massive. I think it is going to, of course, it's going to impact on Crystal Palace. They may end up just being toothless, and Eze may just be frustrated for large parts of the game. I completely understand that sentiment. Doesn't stop a large portion of the FPL community going for him because he's on obviously set pieces, and of course he's a good price. But again, it's the blinkers, isn't it? Everyone has blinkers on. Yeah, you'll find in the chat as well, some people think you're trolling with those picks. I mean, you may not be, but you are asking for headaches with those picks in your team.
I mean, João Pedro he's a headache waiting to happen. I don't think he'll start game week 1. But Wissa, for me, I would prefer him to be Calvert-Lewin, but Dyche has said he's not going to play DCL week 1, so at the minute I'm looking hold Wissa for 2 weeks, and then the other one I'm looking at is White after 2 weeks as well to go to Reece James if he's on penalties, because obviously he's not going to get a clean sheet game week 1, and then.
But most importantly, if you ran that through the AI, what score would you get?
Oh yeah, brilliant! You know, yeah, I'd be hating it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think it might give you a 70%. I don't know, but again, like at the end of the day, you're here because you've got an opinion. You're here because you've got thought process. If this is what you want to do, this is what you should do. There's obviously red flags in a large amount of combinations that you can do. There's always going to be red flags. There's always going to be ifs, buts, and maybes, right? If Sterling can find form at 7 million, we all know that people are going to jump on him. But it's an if. If Diego Jota starts regularly for Klopp, there's lots of Liverpool fans that think that he will be safe. Again, for the price point, is an accessible entry into the Liverpool attack for those that don't have Salah. So you've got him already. So that could be good for you. Wissa, again, he's not a bad pick. He's not a bad pick at all. I think it's a pretty safe. He's going to get the minutes. He's not going to be rotated. But I think you might be able to find slightly better points per million elsewhere. But I can't say this team's shocking. I can't say it's shocking. I can only say this team is risky. And by risky, you could certainly outperform a lot of the other people out there that stick into the template. Absolutely. And as long as you're prepared to that and you're willing to go with it and go with your gut, I've got mad respect for you, man. I always say people should go with their gut and go with who they think. If this is what you want to do and you're convinced by it, who am I to say, or Steve-O to say otherwise? We'll give our opinion. We'll always give our opinion. But that's all it is. It's just an opinion.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm 95% locked in this team, so we'll see how it goes.
I hope you come back and come back on the show, whether it be on a Saturday night or a Sunday night with either me or Steve-O, and just give us that big middle finger if you go through with this and you get the points, because I would love nothing more than that, because this is what the game's about. It's not about trying to get confirmation bias and trying to just get everyone else to answer your dilemmas. It's about making your own final decision. Game week 1 it's the most important time of the season, where you're setting your team up to go, for a long period of time with strategies. That's assuming you're not going to wildcard game week 4. This is an important point of the season where you've got to set it up first and foremost properly. And I respect people that do things that are slightly on the fringe of what people would deem acceptable.
Well, thank you. I'll sign off by saying Sterling, this season's Rashford.
Yeah, what do you think of Garnacho, by the way? I got a lot of hate by saying Garnacho could definitely be a prime FPL pick at 5 million if he can nail regular starts for United under Ten Hag. Do you think I'm mad saying that?
I like Garnacho. I think
I always go back to Garnacho.
If you can use up the funds, that's the only problem. If I build a Garnacho team, there's not enough players that I like, and it's if he could just be if it just worked. I believe that Garnacho is the best option for United on that left hand side, bar Rashford. Okay, yeah.
Now Rashford's going to be playing up top. We got two maybe 3 weeks before Højlund is back in contention. I would love nothing more. I mean, I don't think I'm going to have the balls to go Garnacho. I don't think I'm going to have the balls to do it. But there are going to be some people out there that are going to have the balls to do it. And if he does good for them, I'm going to love it. But yeah, man, thank you for coming on.
Cheers. Thanks for having me.
Cheers,
Nice one,
dude.
Dave. The next caller. Well, do you want to bring Dan on, and then maybe Dan will stay with us, and then we can bring on Party Boy.
Okay, I need to quickly just put my little ones to bed.
Okay.
So you can talk with Dan.
Well, if you put our Party Boy's team at least.
I'll put Party Boy's team up if you want to drag him in. Where is Party Boy? There it is. Okie dokie. And then I'll be back shortly. Okay, here's Party Boy's team on screen now.
Dan, can you hear me? Yes. Hello. Dan. Right, let's bring on Party Boy. Let's see if Party Boy can at least, do the honourable thing by talking. Party Boy, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. Yeah, hello.
Do not recognise the name at all. Who are you?
It's not my name. It's my surname and a mix of something. So my friends call me Party.
Okay, are you a regular to Elite FPL? Have you just tuned in after about 6 seconds of seeing Jason's team? What's the deal with you?
No, I have created this team yesterday only, and I'm playing for few years now.
But what about Elite FPL?
I follow you guys for a couple of years. I tried to be on your call last year as well, but didn't get a chance. I was just working and just open the YouTube and your channel was on. You are you are live, so I just put my team there and thought if I get a chance that's fine. I was working actually.
This was a couple of years ago.
Yeah. No, but today also I was working only, and then I just opened the YouTube. You are live. I just put my team there, and I thought, okay, I will work and just listen to you guys. And if I get a chance, that's fine.
But the point being, you've been following for 2 years.
Yeah, I've been following you guys for
Wow.
a couple of years.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like the way you guys talk about it. Like you are not. I mean, you are a fan of it, and I'm kind of like a fan of it. I also follow the idea of enjoying the game rather than just following the things and trying to take it too seriously.
Yes, yeah, and certainly here, looking at your team, is this a joke or is this legitimately you are going hard on going no Haaland and going with Brew's team in Tottenham?
Yeah, I'm most likely. I mean, after the yesterday's game and looking at the team news, the one player I'm not sure about is Pedro Porro. I might switch to the Spurs left back maybe.
So you're not wanting to go Haaland?
Nah, I'm not going. I'm not a City fan basically.
So you're going with your allegiance as a fan of a team rather than
No,
going
it's
with
just one. I are kind of both things. I'm a Chelsea fan actually.
Okay. Well, we
But
just had
yeah,
a call on just now. His thoughts on Sterling. What are your opinions?
I mean, it's good, but the thing is, the first couple of games, I'm not sure about Chelsea how they will do. I wanted to have Chilwell as well, but for the same reason that they're playing Liverpool, then there is no point. And Colwell and Chikweme, there is a possibility that they might play. So at 4.5, there is a chance to get someone really cheap early on, and then get. I'm not looking at Sterling. I'm more of thinking maybe if Mudryk can steal his place, then maybe go him or Jackson. So I already have 2 players, so I can get one more at max.
So let me just read out the team here if I can. Johnston in goal, Estupinan, Porro. A lot of people are saying Porro is not going to be playing, or he's not a guaranteed starter. Cash, White, Fernandez, Madison, Saka, Salah, Kane, Watkins. I know the chat are going to absolutely tear this team apart. I'm looking at this and going, apart from Porro, who I just think is just a... even though he's
So
a
as I
very
said, like,
attacking player, it's the. Say that again.
yeah, as I saying, like Poro, I'm like this team I set up yesterday, and I thought like Poro will play, but after yesterday's game and some news that he might not start, so I might switch him to someone else, and I also have I think point 0.5 in the bank, so switching to 4.5 left back will save me another 0.5,
So
and that can be used to somewhere else.
Brew and Nick Sharp and Adam are saying that the player Udogi is a good pick for Tottenham. I don't know who the hell he is, but Udogi?
Udogi, yeah, that's the left back I'm talking about.
Right, I see. Sorry. They're saying basically go with him instead.
Yeah, so that's what I will do. I mean, see, this is my template team, and I will change him to Udogi, Pedro Porro to Udogi.
And you're adamant with Tottenham going to be doing well enough this season to outscore the likes of, well, Man City, basically.
Yeah, I mean, there is too much of a rotation risk, so I prefer players who are likely to play 90 minutes rather than those who are better, like better. I mean, who plays better. So City, I mean, if Alvarez is playing for some other team and he's getting 90 minutes, then he's like second or third. I mean, third best striker in the league after Kane and Haaland. But he is not going to get minutes. Foden is not sure of going to get minutes. Silva, again, a similar option. Also, I'm looking at maybe upgrading Pedro Porro, not to Dogi. Maybe I can get a City defender as well. Like there are 5 option at 5 and 5.5, and I have 0.5 in the bank with Pedro Porro at
Despite the
5. So
fact that they're the most rotation risk players that you could possibly have, you're thinking of going with a City defender.
So if I will go with a City defender, and then I will go with Ruben Diaz, and I'm pretty sure he will start and someone else will start. At the start, I'm thinking maybe Akanji, and then they will later on include Guardiol, but I'm sure that Diaz will keep his place.
So you are going with Salah and Kane. Obviously, you then got the coverage of Salah in game week 2 for that captaincy. Fozzie is asking, what's the reason for not wanting Kane? What is your reasoning for not wanting Haaland?
There is no, I mean, in the terms of points, Kane and Haaland both get similar points. Also, there is one thing I try to look at is teams which are not in Europe, so they are more likely to continue with their team. So Spurs players are more likely to play all the games.
So, what is your prediction on the Man City away at Burnley game? What's your prediction? Score prediction?
Depends. I mean, I haven't watched them last year. I heard they played well under company. So I'm hoping for upside. That's what.
But
I think, yeah, I mean, if rationally, I think City will win 2-0 or something like that.
Okay, 2-0, right? Spurs away at Brentford. What do you expect that to be?
Same thing, 2-0. But I'm expecting Kane and Madison both to get involved.
Right. But what
City,
are you
you never know. I mean, Haaland will score definitely, but apart from that, you cannot predict any other player to be involved in the points. But for Spurs, I'm thinking Madison and Kane will be involved in each of the goals most likely.
Well, that's certainly
at least one of them.
That's what my predictions are saying on my sheet of paper. That Maddison across the first 4 is an average of 5 points a game, an average. Harry Kane the same, an average of a goal a game, whereas Haaland, the only downside to not only Haaland is that he is the player that can get double-digit returns. I can see him.
I mean, my point of playing the league is for the mini leagues, and if everyone has Haaland, then you will end up in this middle. So either go for the top or go for the bottom. What's the point? Is stuck in the middle.
I mean, I'm a hypocrite for saying this, but surely you want to start off relatively steady and safe, and at least go with Haaland in game week 1, and maybe go with mine and Natasha's thoughts, which is, look, if, based on what you're saying, Haaland gets 1 goal, but he looks crap, basically, whereas Harry Kane gets 1 goal but looks really good, you then monitor the next game, which is obviously Newcastle at home, Man United at home, Haaland again, both of them score a goal each, but again, Kane is looking really on fire. At that point, it's, do you really risk
I mean,
Haaland
to
away at
if I
Sheffield United?
keep all other players, I mean, it's difficult to get Holland in the team and not
Yes.
downgrading at least 1 or 2 players.
Yeah, again, if you're adamant on having, I mean, of all these players here, so like I've titled the thing, it's 48 hours away, day 1. We've got 48 hours. It gets the deadline day. It's 6 o'clock in the evening, or whatever time it is where you are. Half an
I'm
hour
in
before
India as well.
deadline.
It's already like almost 2.
2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, you can
Wow.
see I took the screenshot at 1.
Oh, wow. Okay. And you're working now?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to close it now. I mean, I have a lot of work tomorrow, and then I have a couple of drafts to do as well.
What do you do for a
tomorrow.
job?
I'm a data analytics, like a data scientist.
And you've got to be doing that at that time of the morning.
No, I mean, I'm supposed to work at till 11 or 12 in the evening. I mean, I
Yes.
usually start around 2 and 3 in the afternoon.
And you're still at work now.
Yeah, I'm just doing because I want some free time tomorrow because I have 2 drafts to do.
Right, I see. Okay. So I've completely lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. So you're half an hour before deadline. How close is this to your starting 11? Apart from Poro, we understand that he's not in it. But the other 10, pretty much
Most
locked?
likely, maybe there might be a change of one player at max. I mean, not who, but if someone gets injured or there is some additional news, so there may be at max 2 changes from the starting 11.
Good man. I as Jason would say, I wish you genuinely
Yeah,
all the
my team
best,
is,
and I hope it works.
my team name is Say No to Robot, so I can't get Haaland now.
Thank you, Party Boy. Thanks for the support.
Yeah, thank you.
That is fantastic. I pray he doesn't become weak, and I pray that he sticks with this 11. Well, you know what I mean. Obviously, we know that Paul Rowe is going to turn into this Tottenham right back, left back, whatever position this Udobi or whatever his bloody name is plays, but it does make you think. It does make you think. Dan, are you there? No, he's not there, is he? Let's remove Dan. I'm going to bring on someone with the username W Whiskey M.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello there. I do not recognise the name. Who are
was
you?
here
How do
yesterday.
you find out? Say that again.
I was here yesterday.
Oh, you're the 18-year-old. Right, okay.
What's going
You
on?
weren't that name, were you?
Yeah, I
You
just
changed
wanted...
your name.
No, it's the same name.
Okay, fine. You've put in 2 drafts in the Discord.
Yeah.
The question is, why have you done that? And secondly, what do you need to talk about if you were on it yesterday?
Yeah, I changed it over yesterday night, and I wasn't sure about if I should do the first team or the second team. That's why I wanted to have your opinion just quick. What you think about the teams.
So the first team is Jason's team. It's Pickford in goal. Who the hell's King? Who's that?
It's just a pick with
Oh,
So
I
what,
get
wanna
that,
go
but
with
who does he play
Turner?
for?
just a money pick.
Who does King play for, though, just of interest?
I don't know. Can't see.
King
Right.
is a goalkeeper for Wolves.
Right, okay. So Pickford in goal, and what would the formation be in this team?
The formation would be 3-5-2 at the start, and then I would change it to a 3-4-3 if Garnacho doesn't play.
Yeah, that. Right, okay.
Get ready for some hate, man.
So Garnacho, right, I understand now. So Garnacho's there, so it'd be a 3-3-4-3. De Bruyne are in there. So for people listening, it's Pickford in goal, White, Estupinan. Is that Chilwell or Colwell? Stoned, Bulldog, so we can rule out them too. I'm assuming you play White, Estupinan and Stones?
Yes.
Yeah. Saka, De Bruyne, Rashford, Maddison, and then up top, Haaland, Jackson, Pedro. Nice team. And then the second option is what you had yesterday. Anana in goal, White, Stones, Estupinan, Maddison, Fernandes, Diaby, Rashford, Saka, Wilson. Oh, you've put Wilson instead of Isaac. Right. I personally... Christ. I think I edge the second team just because they're all guaranteed starters.
Okay.
Whereas the second one, or the first one, you've got KDB, who, well, he's a first team player, but whether he plays or not is a different story. The players that you've got in defence it's not really a benching headache, but if Colwell gets a decent fixture, who do you bench him instead to play with White, Stupinan, or Stones, and any other combination? Saka fine, Rashford fine, Maddison fine. Garnacho, Mr. Reed was telling me that he's guaranteed pretty much going to start.
Wait, Garnacho?
Yeah, he's going to start. That's what Mr. Reed thinks.
Oh, is that what he thinks? But when I said about that, you were like, dismissed it straight away.
Yeah, but then that's what... I'm just making the point.
Love it, don't it? Love this.
I personally don't think he starts.
I think he will start in the Wolves game because Højlund's injured and yeah,
that's the thing.
But Sancho's going to play over him, isn't he?
No, Sancho's gonna probably play centre forward like he played in pre-season.
Wait, how's he going to fit Sancho in with in the centre, like behind Rashford? How's he going to do that?
Substitute, probably. Because Sancho's not that fire. He doesn't got the fire like he had before at Dortmund. So he'd rather play him as a substitute, I think.
I think that Ten Hag has a real decision to make, but the thing is that Rashford's going to be playing for the middle, unfortunately, because this apparently it's come out that whatever his bloody name is going to be out for a few more weeks, Jace.
I heard 2 weeks. Is he?
Yeah, it's
more
going
than
to be
that?
longer now, apparently.
All right, okay.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot longer than, unfortunately, what they expected. So
yeah, I think we've answered the question. Obviously, he came on last night and spoke to us, and I think the ultimate question was which is the better team out of the two. Steve-O gave his answer as the one that's got the starters in it.
Yeah.
We're very mindful of time and getting through everyone else. So
I didn't want to waste much time. So
no, we appreciate it, man. We appreciate it. But just feel free to use the Rate My Team channel in the Discord and speak to other managers as well if you've got any other like comparisons that you want to do, and you can do your own polls as well in there as well. All right, cheers, man.
Bye.
Perfect. It'll be Skipper on
What happened to Dan, by the way?
He didn't speak. Well, we can try him again, but he didn't speak.
Skipper, yeah.
Who knows? Oh, hello.
Hello, Skipper.
How's it going? You all right?
Good, man.
I recognise the name. Who are you?
He's new to the server, I believe.
Yeah. So I found you guys, so I've been watching the stream probably for about a week now. I want to say.
Brilliant.
How
did you find out about the channel?
So it was like someone said yesterday. It was the YouTube home screen thing where you were boosted. You were on my front page.
No way.
Yeah. So like in the evenings, I like to play a bit of online poker and consume some FPL content on the side. So it's it's a bit of a perfect recipe.
She tuned into this rubbish.
Yeah, well, I was playing some poker earlier on. I
Why
lost
is it,
everything.
Jace, that the only callers that come on are people that have been joining us for about 3 days, whereas the regulars don't want to come on? Answer me that.
Well, it would seem to be honest, I don't mind. I don't
all,
mind.
All the guys
getting...
say about come in hangouts.
Well, you know why? Because all the old OG elite FPL managers, they want to keep their cards close to their chest because they've got rivals in the community they don't want to disclose it to, or B, they're just template sheep and they've just got the same teams as everyone else. So there's nothing to talk about.
Yeah, so like after the show went off air last night, there were actually a few of us in that waiting room, and we ended up I think we ended up just sort of like chatting shit and drinking wine for the best part of till like 2 a.m. And then like there was a few of the older community guys I think in there, so that was pretty fun. It was a unexpected sort of thing, it was just killing some time, and then you end up chatting FPL till 2 a.m. when you have meetings from 8 and 9, so that was fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, this is the thing, right? This channel is just a very, very tiny part of the community where, like, today the Hangouts was buzzing because they were playing poker, and I was like, I joined the call, and I was just like, I'm not very good at poker. I just love just throwing in money into the table. It's all virtual. It's all fun, but I love just going. I love just always. Just trying to get lucky on the river, and
when you flips,
and guess what? The averages are against you a lot of the time, especially when you've got like a 2 and an 8 or something like that off pair, and it's like it's like offsuit sort of thing. But you know what? It's all a bit of fun. And again, if you do like to do silly little games like that, then keep an eye out, because every now and again you'll see a group of people in the Hangouts. It's Podner's normally in there, and Brew and others. So anyway, I digress. Let's get your team up.
Yeah, so it's in the team screenshots channel, so it should be there.
Yeah, it's
Let's
now
bring it up.
right in front of me. It's pretty much my team, barring 3 players.
Yeah, so the my big conundrum at the moment is that 5th midfielder spot is the Foden spot. And this has got 0.5 in the bank as well. So like a Johnston can be 500,000, 0.5.
Right.
So yeah, it's just that 5th midfield spot. I'm sort of like rotating it between a 6.5 midfielder, Jota, and then even panicking and going for something like Grealish or something just for X-Mins. Or I can use and then I've also been toying as well of actually having 2 4.5 defenders on the bench, but I'm not sure if that's just a waste, and it's better just to keep the 0.5.
Yeah, that'd be a waste of 0.5, to be honest with you.
I don't think having any money in the bank game week 1 is a great plan. Personally, I just like to have all of my money just thrown into the first 11 and have cheap and nasty crap on the bench. As long as you're bringing in players that are starting, barring any severe unluckiness like injury or droppings, falling out with the manager or something like that, you're generally good to go game week 1. But looking at the team, it's that man Foden again, Steve-O.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming you're going to be waiting for that 3-hour team news. Foden starts.
Yeah, probably. But I'm also under the feeling that 30 minutes of Foden is better than 90 minutes of Mbeumo or something like that. And yeah, sort of the Udogi on the first defect, that's just placeholder. It's it'll be whatever.
How much is that Udogi?
4 or 5.
And who is he? Apart from a Tottenham player, I get that.
So he was on loan in the Serie A last year. I think he grabbed himself a couple of goals and assists, and obviously, he's that was a 4.5 that I put in there, I think, today, and just when I was just messing around with the draft and stuff. And I don't know, I was even looking at a KDB team because I think
don't do that, mate. You get shot down.
Well,
literally, it's like flat cannons. You come down in a blaze of glory. You think you're smart, but guess what? KDB in 2023 is shit, apparently. He's past it. He's over the hill. That's what the people are saying in the chat. They're bloody clueless, I'm telling you.
Yeah, so how did I do it? I think
I like the KDB pick. I really do. Thank you, Zach T.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, like we're all looking for that like nailed midfielder, and obviously towards the end of the season, last bit he was in and out of the team, but I don't know, like I think other than like Haaland and Edison, I think he's my next favourite Man City pick.
Yeah, I mean, Foden is one of the most talented individuals that potentially we could see, that we have seen as an Englishman for a very, very long time. It's just Pep doesn't, for whatever bizarre reason, like playing him.
No, it's not that he doesn't like playing him. It's Pep's got a lot of personalities in that team. A lot of able-bodied footballers in that midfield,
but you could
and
argue
he's got to give them playtime. There's no two ways about it. You can't just be saying to Grealish, "Right, mate, you're just gonna be playing in the cups and coming on as an impact sub all the rest of the season."
But you can argue that Foden probably could do a better job than Grealish.
You could argue that.
Foden,
I thought Grealish last season had a good season.
he performed really.
They do.
Hard-working.
They have different strengths, of course. Who's that player that they've signed now as well? That central midfielder. They signed him today. City. Has it been confirmed?
I don't know. I've missed that. If someone's Kovacic, I thought you were on about.
No, I think they've got another one to replace Gundogan. Is it Paqueta? Is that his name?
Oh yeah. So they're after Paqueta, right, from West Ham. I don't think anything's gone through concrete, but
is it not gone through? Let me just. I thought I saw something, but obviously it's maybe just a bit of clickbait then.
The one thing I'm playing FPL for the first time. Well, I've played FPL for a few years, but for the first year this time, I'm doing a draft league, and I found that like a lot more entertaining than just sort of the normal game one.
Yeah.
Week one.
Okay, it's just a bit. Sorry. Okay. Thank you.
Like I don't know. Do you guys want to check a draft team out and like?
No. We'll be here all bloody day talking about drafts and everything. We're only here to talk about.
We can't get through the callers fast enough talking about FPL, let alone that. But I mean,
that's good. No, that's all good.
But this team here up on screen right now, it's 30 minutes before deadline. Is this all pretty much going to be exactly the same?
Yeah, I think so. Like say, I put this team together like a week before the Community Shield, maybe a little bit beforehand, and I was just like, this is it. I'm absolutely nailed on this now. And obviously you have the Foden benching from the Community Shield, and then you start toying around with it. But every time I've toyed with it, I've always just gone back to this. And I'm like under that same thing. I was like, if it was like 6:15 on that Friday, would I be happy with this starting 11 for game week 1? I think I would be. Like,
you've answered your own question. It's exactly the same with me, with my team, my 3-5-2. Every time I do slightly different changes, I don't like it, I just go back to 3-5-2.
Like,
what's the one player in this team what's the one player that you don't own in your team right now that you are most worried about not owning?
Probably Kane. Like, if he stays, I think Kane and Salah, but I'd say I'd be more worried about the differentials on Kane than Salah. I think the midfield, because I think if you've got Salah and Haaland, you're captaining Haaland a lot of the time anyway. So I don't think it's that. But like, I think Kane, he's just such an animal in FPL. If you don't have him, you could be like 300 points down on someone. It's
going to be interesting to see if he stays, and if he does, with Maddison behind him, what sort of output he's going to get. And
like, I think like this year is like really not like, I think just 4-4-2 is just a really bad formation for this year, and I think that's the only way that I've envisioned myself getting Haaland and Kane.
Yeah, I think I had a Haaland Kane draft earlier on, bit different to the makeup of your team, but it essentially was using a 6.5 midfielder. And having a cheaper defence with Colwill, but it was essentially Martinelli, Eze, Saka, Rashford, Pedro, Kane, and Haaland. Obviously, you wouldn't be able to keep Watkins, but you can make it work, but you have to sacrifice in value elsewhere, obviously.
I think that's the thing, like, because like this year, like where the pricing is like good to an extent where you can have such a stacked midfield, and then it's just like you think it looks perfect, and then like say if you want to try and upgrade it, it's like we did a poll, Buffy. We did a we did a poll earlier on Buffy, and Salah won the poll over Kane in the earlier on. But no, I like the team. I think Foden, if he starts, you make a good point. If he doesn't start, he comes on 30 minutes, he's going to get you something. All the chances are he's going to get you something. Like, I'm devastated about all the striker injuries.
The striker.
Like, I'd love to have, like, I'm not a big fan of any of the 6-5s, but for whatever reason, I just really like Diaby, but I just don't want to double up on the Villa attack.
Yeah. I can see that. I'm the same with Brighton, really. I don't want to double up with Matoma and Pedro, but I don't think you have to think too much about this team. If this is what you're setting up for, I think this is pretty much what you're going to go with. Go with it.
Yeah, I think
don't overthink things.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, just don't overthink things. If you're happy with it, just go with it. But yeah,
great. Thank you, guys.
Cheers. Thanks for coming on.
Make sure you stay around for the whole season, not just 1 week.
Yeah,
because it's going to get a lot more tastier, I can assure you. All these new faces, trust me. You think we're mental now? Wait until game week 23, when something's kicking off. Trust me.
And the Super Cup. Wait for the Super Cup. No, I appreciate that, and Skipper, I'm sure we'll speak to you again, man.
Thanks.
Don't fall into the trap of making decisions that you bring in differentials, and like Foden in this case, people are going to say no, don't get Foden, it's too risky. If it doesn't work out, don't give up. Like, this is not just aimed at you, but it's aimed at people. We've had callers that have had Son in their team. Animations have been debating about having him in. We've had people that have been, earlier on we had Sterling featuring in the team. I think people that make these decisions don't quit the game out of anger if it doesn't pay off. Take the risk on your chin and don't be stubborn with it. Make changes, and be prepared to ride the wave if there is an upside.
Absolutely.
So many times I see people game week 2, game week 3 get angry, and they're like, "Oh, I'm going to give up on this," because they've made some risky picks and they've not come through. And of course, the template is done average and it's kept people above them. It's just the way the game's meant to be played, man. You just got to make decisions week in, week out. It's a marathon. I like the team, and I wish you the best of luck, man.
There you go. Cheers, guys. Appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
You take care, buddy.
Bye now.
Oh, yeah, they're skipping. I think Dan may be available now.
Well, let's have a look, shall we? Dan, are you available to talk to us?
I've just realised something. No, he's there. Apparently, they could hear him in the waiting room.
Wait, have we got him turned down?
Well, that's what I thought.
We have. Have we got him turned down?
Haven't.
No, I haven't. I haven't got him turned down.
He's loud on mine. He's my end, but he's not speaking.
I don't hear him talking.
Okay, well, he's not there. That's sorry.
Steve-O, apparently you're upset that you can't speak to the same people every week.
I saw that comment. I didn't even want to address it. I basically don't understand it. It's ridiculous. I would say bring on Ricky, but I've heard him already this week. So let's bring on. Oh, wait a minute.
I heard something then.
Coughed.
Dan.
Hello.
What's going on, man?